what's up everybody out there on YouTube and Facebook and land? It's your boy Rome. It's Thursday night. I'm in these streets. You know how we do it. Yes, sir. Getting in it, getting in it. So, let me tell you about my last week. So, as you guys have been watching on a couple of my platforms, you know, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, I've been trying out a couple of helmets. And one of the helmets that I decided to get out a couple of nights and go try out at highway speed was the Bell Road. Now I have to say, it's not a bad helmet. I'm not a huge fan of the muzzle. It just feels like the muzzle is very, very close to your mouth. It's very claustrophobic. And I understand that there are a couple of ways you can adjust it, and you can remove the inner liner so it won't be so hot. But overall, I just wasn't a big fan of it. So then the next helmet I got was the Scorpion Covert, or Convert, however it's pronounced. So I really did like that helmet a lot. I liked the way that they integrated the facial protection, you know, two little magnets similar to the Rogue, you know, to detach it. But my problem with it is I didn't see a secure way to mount my GoPro while I'm out, you know, motovlogging. If I want to, you know, shoot some video and I don't want just, you know, a camera mounted here on the bike, and I definitely don't want to go back to side mounting on the side of my helmet. So the muzzles really don't, you know, in my opinion, give you enough support if you're going to be mounting a helmet. I'm sorry, if you're going to be mounting a GoPro or any type of camera, even something as small as the GoPro Hero Black Session. So that's what this video is about, guys. So many of you guys, you've been watching my videos, you know usually I have a GoPro Hero Session mounted right here on both of my bikes when I'm riding as the facing me B-roll cameras. Well, so I got out the other night and I decided I was going to see what these helmets or the Bell Rogue would feel like up at highway speed, the speeds that I normally get up to when I'm cruising, you know, 85, 95, somewhere, you know, the other side of 100. So I'm getting down, I'm boogieing, I'm doing my thing. You know how we roll. Man, all of a sudden, I see something fly past me. I'm like, okay, did some butt hat just throw something at me? Oh, we ain't having that. So I'm looking around to see if I can figure out where it came from. Then all of a sudden I look down at my gauges and I'm like, hey, where the hell did my GoPro go? Oh yeah, that thing was long gone. So I got off, once I realized what had happened, you know, I got off the freeway, I circled back around, and I got back on the freeway too early, so I was on the wrong side of where it most likely would have come off at. So I get back on the, you know, get off the freeway again, roll down, come back around, go down a couple of exits, then come back up. Well, by then, you know, the sun is setting, it's getting dark. I'm looking for a little 1-inch black cube to be somewhere on the side of the road. So I need to be, you know, riding slow enough that I can see it, but not so slow that I wind up getting, you know, butt bumped, you know, while I'm rolling along. So after about 1 or 2 passes, I said, man, ain't no way I'm gonna find this thing. I'm just not gonna sweat it. So luckily, you know, the first thing I thought was, well, you know, I'm insured. It's not that big of a deal. You know, I have camera insurance through the studio. I also have, you know, the GoPro Plus plan, which is supposed to replace your camera if something happens to it. So guys, I really suggest, if you have a GoPro and you can afford the $4 or $5 a month for that, you know, plan, that you invest in it. So anyway, the next day I decided, you know, when I got up, that I just really wasn't feeling the Bell Rogue. I was going to take it back to Cycle Gear. So I got in my truck and I'm driving along, heading that way, and I'm heading down basically the same highway, I-10. And just before I got on the freeway, I started thinking to myself, I said, you know, now the sun's out, it's a good chance I could probably spot this thing if it's on the side of the road. Hey, give it a shot. You know, what I have to lose? So I'm cruising along about where I figured it would have come off. I slowed down enough just to kind of, you know, keep myself from getting run, you know, rear-ended, but I would be able to pull over fast enough if I saw anything. And lo and behold, I spot it. So I pull over, I go and pick this thing up. Man. You know, I mean, the advantage is I found it, so I have the proof of what happened to it. And as you can see here, yeah, there's no fixing this camera. Nope. So what I was really excited about was that the SD card was still inside of the camera body. So I pulled that out, you know, when I got home, and I'm thinking, okay, cool, you know, maybe I'll be able to get some of that footage, you know, when the GoPro flew off the bike and went tumbling down the road. But of course, the SD card had a huge crack going right down the middle of it. So, I mean, without some, you know, high-end work, there's no way to get that footage off of the card. But I'm not going to sweat it. You know, you live, you learn. I know there's a number of manufacturers out there that make these metal housings to secure our cameras for the GoPro, for the Session, and a few other, you know, camera bodies out there, especially in the action camera realm. So guys, I always say, and if nothing else, make sure your gear is insured, because trust me, one of these days something crazy just like this is gonna happen to you. So I thought I would share that with you guys and, you know, let you know what happened. But I don't think it's going to be a big deal for me. You know, GoPro is most likely going to replace it. And, you know, luckily I have a few other action cameras like the Sony. And I could use it if I decide to. You know, I also have a Samsung 360 camera that I use on occasion. But realistically, I don't really need it. You know, it's just more an extra feature. You know, when I was thinking about spending a little bit more time working on, you know, motovlogging and putting out content. But that hasn't really been a big deal for me over, you know, the time I've been doing it. I put out videos here and there. I see that more guys are very serious about their commitment, you know, to creating content. I just have a lot going on in my world. So I pretty much just record when I feel like it. I put something out there. If a few people watch it, hey, that's great, you know. But I never expected my channel to go, you know, big time or something like that, like one of the bigger motovloggers. I just didn't see that going to happen. But anywho, I just thought I would share this story for whoever may be watching. And it's a tale you may want to take into consideration. If you have a couple of action cameras and you can get on Amazon, and if I will post, let me see if I can find a example of one of these frames I'm talking about and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. You can buy them from the company here that's displayed here on the screen, and that may save you a lot of frustration and headache if your camera ever comes off of your helmet or your bike. You'll be covered, at least with some kind of protection. I still say, you know, if you can afford it, spend the money on the insurance. Alrighty guys, it's your boy Rome. I'm in these streets, and I will catch you fools in the next video. Peace.